Welcome to Faith and Freedom. For the next few minutes, we hope to inform, inspire, and encourage you as we discuss the legal victories and challenges to your fundamental freedoms and religious liberties. Faith and Freedom comes to you from Liberty Counsel, a civil liberties education and legal defense organization. Join us now as Matt Staver, the President and General Counsel of Liberty Counsel, explains the latest legal issues all across this country in the courtrooms of America. Liberty Counsel is winning the battle for your constitutional freedoms.
While people walked for life in Washington, D.C. and around the country, the president celebrated death. We're going to be talking to one of the participants and leaders in this movement of restoring the culture of life in America. I'm Matt Staver, founder and chairman of Liberty Counsel and dean of Liberty University School of Law. And joining me is a very special guest. Her name is Amanda Haas, and Amanda is someone who works with Liberty Counsel on a volunteer basis, and you are a student at Liberty University, a junior with senior credits, and you are a political science major and president of the Concerned Women for America student organization at Liberty University, and you also participated in this Walk for Life. Welcome to Faith and Freedom.
Thank you.
Tell us about what it was like on that day when you gathered in Washington, D.C. a few weeks ago to stand for the unborn.
Well, we actually had been there the whole weekend. So the March for Life was kind of the end of our pro-life efforts, but it was definitely the most encouraging. Every year I go, it's very encouraging to see just people from all over the country, all different cultures, all different religions, just kind of coming together for one cause. And the thing that stuck out to me the most this year was I saw so many young people walking in that march, many high school students, a lot of college students. We brought a group of CWA girls from Liberty, about 14 of us, and it just kind of showed me that this is going to be the social justice issue of our generation, and we're going to take up this fight.
Now, you've been there before to do this. This wasn't your first time to go to Washington, D.C. How many times have you gone there to Walk for Life?
I would say this is probably my third time. I think I've been going since my freshman year of college. And every year, it's kind of just the same feeling, but this year was definitely, I've never seen as many young people as I did.
So this year, visibly, you actually saw more young people, high schoolers, college-age students that were there than you had in the two previous years that you'd been.
Yes, from what my memory, it really seemed to be that way.
You know, I saw some reports that it was like that in other places around the country as well. You know, the polls actually show that your generation is more pro-life than my generation, which is very encouraging. It's amazing that it is, because you were born after 1973, and your whole generation knows nothing but the so-called, quote-unquote, legalization of abortion in America. Why is it that you think your generation is becoming more pro-life and is more pro-life than my generation?
I believe that we're becoming more educated on the issue. The past generation has really taken this issue up and kind of led an example for us and educated us on the issue. And I mean, just researching it myself, a third of my generation's gone. And we saw that last year at Liberty University when we visibly represented the amount of students that would be gone at Liberty from our...
That was a powerful visual. For those people who don't know what happened, we had a week of time where it was devoted to the Sanctity of Life Week, and there were various messages, and during that one day on the convocation there, about 10,000 or so people are in the Vines Arena, and those that were sitting in the middle had, I believe, on black shirts, T-shirts, and those that were around the outside of the bowl had white T-shirts, and that symbolized that amount of people, and that's a large group of people, have lost their lives through abortion. I mean, it was a visible illustration of the tragedy of abortion.
Yeah, it was a very eerie feeling. I think it definitely woke a lot of students up to the realization, the reality that, I mean, who have we lost at Liberty? And it kind of hit home. And I know that's when it really hit home for me. And it's something that we want to fight for its life.
Well, after seeing that at Vines Center in Liberty University, I was speaking in South Carolina, in Seneca, South Carolina, a few weeks ago, and one of the events that I was speaking at was a high school, 7 through 12, and I brought students up there, and I had 5 students, and then I sat one of those down. And, 25% of that generation has been aborted. So if you really look at that from a visual standpoint, it's amazing how many people have been affected by abortion. And then we see also in New York City, 40% of pregnancies are ending in abortion. 60% among the black community are ending in abortion. Your generation, I believe, is the generation that will ultimately restore the culture of life.
I hope so. That's definitely our goal. It's definitely my goal personally to see abortion ended. And I think kind of what we were doing in D.C., you're going at it from a rallying aspect. We were also lobbying to Congress for bills to get taxpayer funding of abortion completely prohibited, not to where they have to put riders in on legislation. But you're going to have to change it from the hearts and minds of the people first and foremost. And that's just the battle that we're up against, but I think we're up for the challenge.
So you were there for a couple of days, for the entire weekend, and then it culminated in the March for Life, which was, I believe, on Monday.
Yes.
So you were there Saturday, Sunday, and then at least Monday. When you were there, you lobbied legislators as well, in addition to actually walking in the walk. How did you do that? What did you go about doing?
Actually, all of that took place on Monday. We kind of had a few pro-life events the Saturday and Sunday before, but we, first of all, attended a live webcast that CWA put on where we brought in some speakers just talking about federally funded abortion in particularly. And then after that, we all kind of divided up into groups. We had team leaders that took younger girls who came in there, and we just walked up, made appointments with congressmen, spoke to their aides, spoke to them about the issue, having them asking them to co-sponsor bills that would end this on a federal sense, I guess.
Well, it's very encouraging, and I hope that the listeners on this program are encouraged as well, that, you can get discouraged about what may be happening in America, even with the millennial generation, but you're an example of why we are encouraged, and at Liberty University we have the blessing of being able to meet people like you, godly women and men that are this new generation of individuals that are bringing righteousness and justice to every area of life and restoring the culture of life. In your generation, I think God is doing something very unique, and I really thank you for standing up. What is it about this issue that resonates so strongly with you, and what is it about this issue of life that resonates so strongly with your peers?
I think it's from my peers, because we all are Christians. It's a call that God has called us. I mean, He died for life. So this is something as my peers and I, as Bible-believing Christians, this is something not only from a secular viewpoint of we're murdering innocent children, but God died for life, and that's what gives it the value that it has. And I think that's kind of a two-pronged view of it, from a secular point to a Christian point, and that's just the ministry that I have personally want to invest my life in.
At Liberty University School of Law, we have Foundations of Law class. It's a 2-semester, 2-hour class. So the entering students, first semester get 2 hours of that, second semester get 2 hours of that, and right now we're in the second semester. And in the second semester, they study cases. The first semester, it's the foundation and the history and the theory and the biblical roots. Second semester, you look at the cases. And the cases that they're looking at right now are Roe versus Wade and Planned Parenthood versus Casey. They're looking at those kinds of cases. Our students in law school have been so moved by this in this current first-year class. Now, I know you have a good friend, Matt Mihalik, who was
He was just telling me about how excited he was to read those cases.
Oh, and he and others like him, they led that week of life at Liberty University when he was there as an undergrad. But they have spontaneously chosen to get together and come to the Supreme Courtroom for a prayer, because this issue has burdened them so much. And they're beginning to see these culture wars and how it actually comes up in torts and property and contracts. And so they're really becoming more aware of it. So he's actually shared with you what's happening in that first-year class.
Yes, he actually has. I know that we want to work together on the pro-life movement, and he's coming at it from a legal perspective. And like I said, you have to come at it from all different angles, from legal to ministry. I mean, this is not something just about the babies. It's about the mothers of the babies, too, and about the men, because they're both involved in the life. And I think just coming at it from learning about the issue from all of those aspects is what, education is what's going to inspire you to be active. And I think that's what our generation is realize. They've become educated on it.
Well, thank you, Amanda, and all of you in your generation, and may you be a light and an example to all of the other peers that you come in contact with, and thank you for your leadership.
Thank you.
This is encouraging to see this generation so excited about life, even more committed to the sanctity of human life than our generation. It really ought to speak to our generation and revive that inspiration that our generation has had and can have to restore the culture of life. We need to restore the culture of life. God's justice will not sleep forever when we continue to murder our innocent children. Go to Liberty Counsel's website at lc.org. That's lc.org. You can also call us at 1-800-671-1776. Stand with us as we stand for life.
You have been listening to Matt Staver of Liberty Counsel. Our hope is to encourage and inspire you to stand up for your faith, family, and freedoms. We can accomplish a lot when we work together. Get informed and get involved today. Sign up for our free monthly newsletter, The Liberator. We will send it out to you free of charge. Stay informed with our Liberty Alert email update. Just click on the website at www.lc.org or call us at 1-800-671-1776. Tune in next time to learn more about your rights right here on Faith and Freedom.